2019, Yamaha introduces the completely redesigned FX platform. FX SVHO, FX HO. They redesigned the FX, okay? Because after 9 years, they're like, okay, it's time for a refresh. So 2009 to 2018 was the previous platform. 2019 to today is the current FX. They take the FX and they basically take the GP hull, extend it, widen it. And they're like, call it a day. She's a winner. And then Riva, they get their hands on the first ones because Riva always does. And Riva tunes it. They throw all their parts at it. And at 72 miles an hour, Jesus Garcia pulls up to the dock and he says, get me the hell off this thing. It's absolutely dangerous after 72 miles an hour. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? And he says, this thing is absolutely uncontrollable at 73 miles an hour. And they're like, whoa, what do you mean? And what they discovered was that Yamaha, now we're going to pretend that this is an FX. Yamaha redesigns their FX for 2019, and they find out the damn thing's too fast. And they're like, damn it, we can't sell this thing. It's going 71, 72 out of the box. And they're like, how do we slow it down? We got to slow this thing down. Well, they didn't want to touch the ECU. They didn't want to touch the impeller. They didn't want to touch any of the powertrain. That's hard parts. Those are expensive hard parts that cannot be moved from one unit to another unit. And they go, that gets us in a lot of trouble. What do we do? Well, the one thing that was unique about the FX was the ride plate design. So they go, okay, listen, we're going to change the ride plate. They take this ride plate. Here's the ride plate, this blue business card, all right? And they do this. They don't point it up. They point it down. Well, what does pointing it down do? As it's going through the water, what's it going to do? What do you think it's going to do? It's going to point the nose down. And what does that do in the water? It nose plows, all right? It's nose plowing all through the water. Slowing it down, goes 68, 69 miles an hour. And that's why it's getting people wet, because it's nose plowing and it's blowing water up the nose of the ski. But they're able to comply with Coast Guard regulations. They go, hey, we're going 68 and a half. We're not breaking the law, buddy. We're good. So Riva goes, oh, geez, what do we got to do? We got to fix this thing. So what they do is they come up with this ride plate. All right. Well, what does this ride plate do? Well, first, it extends the running surface. See how this lip comes out? It's longer. Okay. So here we go. Instead of it ending here, it ends there. It goes a little bit longer. Well, by extending that ride plate out, we've got a few more inches of wetted surface. Okay, great. Well, that just means you got more drag because you have more boat dragging through the water. Right, Kevin? Nope. I'll tell you why. What angle is this extended riding surface at? Okay. It's at a 3-degree lift. So why do they have the end, instead of pointing down, now pointing up? What good does it do you to do that? Well, as it's moving across the water, it's wanting to create lift. And just like a wing of an airplane, it gets the bow of the boat out of the water. Suddenly we have less area. Instead of all of this being wet, it's now just this area. So now you have less drag. It's not nose plowing and getting you all sopping wet. And because it has less drag, you can go a lot faster. The minute that they cast this plate and they put it on the FX, 79 miles an hour with the tune and with the other parts. If you want to speed up your FX, you got to take the damn factory ride plate off because it was designed to slow you down. Guess what the ride plate is for 2022? It's a non-powder coated version of that one. Again, Yamaha ripped off Riva. And that's because they're part of the development program. All right? They get their stuff months early. Like when they're done doing like press photos, they bring the ski over and they plop it in Dave's lap and they go, okay, make some parts and have them ready in time. The 22 plate is the Riva plate for the FX. So then, here's what I recommend. If you guys are spooked about voiding warranty, what I recommend is when you can, order the 22 plate. Here's the problem. You can't even get the damn plate. You can't. You can't even get the sticking plate from Yamaha. That's the problem. They're so back ordered. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.